Okay, just greetings. This is Smo. It is December 27th, 2020, and it is 12:59 p.m. And so, Shauna, thank you so much. I realize that a big part of what you're going through is like with the private side processing, document processing.
Yes.
Okay, so the floor is open in terms of whatever you'd like to work on or to have a discussion about or for clarity.
Okay.
But let's first check in. How you doing? How was your holiday?
I'm good. I'm good. How about you?
Very well. It was quiet. Quiet. I made some rice that nobody, well, one person, maybe half a person ate, half a serving. It was a little dry. And
I love rice. I love rice.
oh, yeah, rice is rice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most of the rice is produced here in California. And then because of the large amount that's produced, they ship off to the Orient.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there's quite a few rice paddies. Is that true? Well, those flooded wet plains, they always say California rice.
Really?
Yeah, I know.
Never knew that.
I'd have to look into that further. That's what I recall. What are you lying for me, Shayna? What is this?
Heard that. I've never heard that.
Okay.
So, um, I'm. It's such a long process. There's so many different processes. I know that you have to do the UCC. Um, I've done a UCC, but I haven't done the what is it? The financing statement.
Right, the UCC one is a financing statement.
But there's another one that you're supposed to send as well, right? Like there's the what is it called? The addendum. What is it called?
I think, let's see,
Uh,
I
it's the
know that there was one young man that I was speaking to on the East Coast in South Carolina,
hmm
and hopefully he'll find these chats and he'll make contact again.
hmm
Um, I have a couple of the talks I did with him on the channel, the YouTube channel,
yeah.
and let's see. So, just for clarity, right?
hmm
Um, the Uniform Commercial Code putting a lien on the birth certificate, which
hmm
is the fictional aspect, the
hmm
living man, uh, those recordings should have been done before uh, December 31st, 2016.
Oh,
Okay,
really?
or I will correct that. Let me stand corrected. It should have been completed January 2nd, 2017.
Mm.
Okay, and the main reason why I'm going to share this with you is, let's see, let me come over here for screen share. Actually, it's going to be in one of these. Okay, so let me make this big. This probably looks familiar, yeah?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so basically, what corrects House Joint Resolution 192 is, let's see, House Resolution 193. Okay,
hmm hmm
this is the American Sovereignty Restoration Act of 2017, and it was sponsored by Alabama Republican Representative Mike D. Rogers. Um, it was introduced on January 3rd, 2017,
hmm
and let's see, most people aren't aware that any piece of legislative act, which basically is a remedy to any legislation that is presented in Congress for the fiction. Anything that is passed between administrations. So Barack Obama's administration ended December 31st, 2016.
Mhm.
Trump's inauguration didn't happen until January 21st, around there, the 20th, 21st. I think it was the 21st, 2017. So that period between January 1st and the day before the next administration was inaugurated in, those legislative acts take automatic effect without needing congressional approval.
Mhm. Mhm.
So that this House Resolution 193 sequentially is the remedy to House Joint Resolution 192.
Okay.
The American Sovereignty Restoration Act of 2017 did for everybody the political correction. The political status correction was not necessary after January 3rd, 2017. And if you look further down on this site at the bottom, it took effect after 2 years. That was one of the last lines. Okay.
Oh.
So the effective date after the introduction would have taken effect January 3rd, 2019. And it would be retroactive to January 3rd, 2017.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay. So it's like, what's the American Sovereignty Restoration Act of 2017? What's it about? It is about, it's basically one line: to end membership in the United States in the United Nations.
Right.
Okay. So the question is, well, did the United States withdraw from the UN?
They didn't they? Yeah.
They did.
Yeah.
US withdraws from UN Human Rights Council, and the effective date is June 19th, 2018, which is basically 6 months before this House Joint Resolution took effect.
Mhm.
House Resolution 192 was to take effect. The US administration, basically under Trump's administration, was to withdraw from the UN in order to enable or fulfill that requirement for the passage of House Resolution 192, the American Sovereignty Restoration Act of 2017.
Mhm.
That's this.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
what does that mean then? What does that
Yeah.
mean, Shauna?
That's what I'm trying to understand. So you're telling me you only had that time period to put your paperwork in?
Right. In order to put a lien on, let's see, we already know that all cap names are entities. Any individual who puts a lien on any entity is putting a lien on the US, I want to say on the principal, because the United States of America, in all caps, is the same as Microsoft. It's the same as Alphabet Incorporated.
Right.
It's the same as the state of California.
Right.
Notice to agents are notice to principal.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So, um, I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to say. So what's this thing where people are talking about discharging debt?
Yes, that is the only thing that can be done under bankruptcy. From what I have gathered, we are going to continue operating under bankruptcy until 2023,
Mhm.
until the sun enters Aries in 2023. So if you take a look at 2023 Ramadan, then you'll find that date. That date is the redemption date when the bankruptcy ends. And so discharging obligations, it's about, that's the only remedy we have under bankruptcy, because the bankruptcy is going to be held over and continued. It is the closest thing we can do is we can write a letter, right? I owe you from Smo to Shauna. Here you go. Is that okay? If I just give you that, are you going to be okay? It's not green, but it's got the IOU and my name to your name and little number on there written out like a check. Would you accept that?
I wouldn't. I would. You owe me. You'll pay me later, I guess. I don't know, but
Right. So that is I'm so glad we're having this conversation, because that's where a lot of people are being pulled in by the dark side, the dark forces. The dark forces have since the bankruptcy began, when the stock market crashed, or when after the roaring 20s, October 29th, 1929, stock market, the bankers basically liquidated and locked all assets, not enabling people to go grab their money. Right. There was a bank run.
Right.
And then they took the gold out. They said no US citizens are permitted to have gold. Well, if I'm in California and I'm not a US citizen, which is basically over in Washington, D.C.,
Right.
I'm okay to carry gold, right?
Right.
But there's a whole thing with gold anyway, but gold was basically taken out of the monetary system because it was going to make, by taking gold out of the monetary system, everybody was liable. And with John F. Kennedy bringing in silver to the monetary system, that was about having at least the majority of the liability. 51.8% of the liability was going to be covered. The majority of the liability, someone who was passing over this majority asset, or I want to say majority liability instrument across, that was going to give some value.
Okay.
And then gold was brought back in for a short time. That was after that second liquidation happened. And all the US citizens brought their gold in because they thought they were US citizens, because it was illegal to have gold. And they got their money back, just a small percentage, just pennies on the dollar, right? And it was August 15th, 1971 is when Nixon had removed the gold standard. And so we've been operating with these debt instruments since that time, since 1971. 49 years now. So the problem with that is under bankruptcy and working with debt instruments, let's see, how many generations pass by? We have 25. Every 20 years is one generation. That's basically 3-4 generations.
Yeah.
5 generations. Yeah.
4. Yeah, 4. I think it's
About
4.
4.5, 5 generations.
Yeah.
And so people not knowing this, they've just been, operating like, you owe me money. I don't owe you money. Here, I got an IOU. You can redeem it when it's time. So when it's time, when is that time? Do you know when that time is?
I don't. You said 2023.
Yeah, exactly. That's when. That's when the redemption period comes. Okay.
So when you say redemption, is that like Nassara, or something? No.
From what I've gathered, there are factions. Okay. There are factions that are pushing and promoting like currency reset, Jisara, Nessara. Which one do you hear the most about?
Nassara.
Okay, right. So in the German language, je, or like ge, it's past tense. So I guess it's supposed to be like past tense redemption, or I'm not going to say don't go for that. I realize there's so much more to the abundance than what's being put out there for, like, I don't know, I think it was like under $2,000 a month, right?
What was? For what?
For NESARA, that was like their.
I never heard any totals, any amounts. I just heard that that's where your debt is going to be cleared and all that. But it just doesn't seem like that could happen. Like you'd have a world full of crazy people just running around. I mean, I don't know. Just forgiving everyone's debt. I don't know.
Well, that's what the redemption period is about. And the redemption period is about forgiving debt. The Swiss banks are going to have a global currency reset in 2023. Okay. Their broadcasts at the national level has rebuilt their building to the point where even the common Swiss man would say, wow, that is a lot of cement that's being poured into that foundation. What's going on? That they have this kind of technology that will suspend the ceiling and the walls with a little post so that if there happens to be shaking, it's not going to ruin the infrastructure for this Swiss broadcast because it's suspended from the ceiling, and the ceiling walls are not attached to the foundation. So they're expecting something to shake around. 2023, they were supposed to have everything together last year, 2019, but there's been a delay. Oh, shoot.
Yeah. Okay. So that's why people are talking about this reset and all that. I keep hearing about this reset and they're pushing back against it. So
yeah, well, the dates that are coming out are pretty firm on 2023. Back when I was in Switzerland, there was talk about the European Union and Switzerland not applying the daylight savings time, where the time just moves back
Mhm.
in 2023. I have read in newspaper articles from the Midwest that federal highway projects would be completed by 2023. And from there also, I have read that the Social Security Administration was going to run out of funding in 2023.
Oh, okay. So that's a part of the reset. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Wow.
Yeah.
So go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead. Go ahead and have some input here.
So my question is, like, how do you operate? Like, as far as the license, the driver's license and all that stuff. Um,
So
Social
for the
Security.
driver's, yeah, for the driver's license, all that's really necessary is um, you have a piece of mail that you haven't opened up. It's addressed to you. It came to your home. I use general delivery. I don't want things delivered to the location that I happen to be laying my head down on.
Mhm.
So check to see where or if any there is a general delivery. Does the nearby post office accept general delivery? You just go and ask for it. You don't have to rent a post office box.
Oh, really?
Um, the mail clerk behind the counter will accept the mail at their location. Okay.
And do I have to type up a letter letting them know or requesting it?
Right. Let's see. When I was in Oklahoma, they told me you have to fill out this form, and it's just like a little postcard with the name and the address, and they will have it on file. In Oklahoma City, they were only going to hold my mail for 30 days, or
Mhm.
there was only 30 days that I was permitted to receive general delivery mail.
Oh,
Where I'm at in San Francisco, it's okay. I mean, I'm basically in line with the homeless receiving my mail, and there is no deadline. I'm
okay.
not limited. So here in California, it might be different.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that.
Do you have to write a letter? I would say the best thing you could do is write yourself a letter, um, and I would put capital, all cap letters under HR 193, and let's see, just make a statement that you are a Californian and this is your domicile. Do you want to have your domicile? The correct word is domicile, but if your domicile happens to be in an incorporated city, I would not put that. Okay.
Right.
Maybe you just do my mother's name, my father's name, and their birth dates.
Hmm.
Okay. And then put that into an envelope and send it to yourself by, what is it now? I think it's registered mail.
Yeah. The registered mail or
Re-
certified?
Certified. I think with registered mail, that's usually with, perhaps it's certified mail. With registered mail, that's usually with instruments,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But certified would be good. Yeah. And when you receive that, um, or you go and pick it up at the general delivery post office, don't open it up. That's just going to be your ID. Okay. Have one in your car, have one in your house, have one for in your purse.
Hmm.
Okay.
And so once that's done, I have to go. Would I have to notify everyone, or it would
Nope.
automatic?
No,
Oh,
you don't have to notify anybody. You just hold these unopened envelopes in their respective locations, right?
Mhm.
And that serves as your, it would be a substitute for your driver's license. Okay, so if you ever get pulled over and a policy enforcer asks you for a driver's license or ID, you pull out this certified envelope that's been addressed to you and say, here you go.
Okay. 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 Sounds great.
Yeah, yeah. One big thing that I'm realizing, the difference between policy enforcers and the sheriff. The sheriff, they were established at a county level and they take care of the whole jurisdiction of the county you're in. So perhaps, and typically, the counties were established prior to states, the incorporated statehood.
Mhm.
Okay,
We have sheriffs here.
you great. That's a good thing. You want to work with the sheriffs.
Okay.
Policy enforcers you want to avoid because they're working under the state or
Oh,
the incorporated city.
got it.
Okay, but you can also send a letter to inform the sheriff that this is your ID, and should anything come up, this is where you receive mail. Just to, that's who I would. That's going to be at the county level. The sheriff, there. I want to say the county is the original government.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And in the letter that I sent to the sheriff, should a picture be on there or it doesn't matter?
Well, that'd be a good idea, actually.
Oh,
That'd be a good idea. Like, those passport photos,
yeah.
and just put that date on there so they know, okay, this was done 2017. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Cool. So I, I've been so frustrated with all of this information that's out here with people selling all these packages and I don't know, with UCC and establishing a trust and all that.
Oh, about the trust.
Mm-hmm.
Let me interject about the trust. So let's see. The trusts are not permitted in Switzerland.
Mm.
They're not permitted. And with that, everything Switzerland does is actually in accordance with what the Vatican outlines.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if one has a trust, I would say dissolve it before the New Year's.
No, I don't have a trust.
Okay.
Um, um, what I did was I sent some paperwork out. I think to Donald Trump, to Mnuchin, Federal Reserve Bank, and the what is this? What is it? Hold on a second, let me find it. Where the birth certificate, the health department, a health person.
Oh, vital statistics.
One of those people, yeah. So, I purchased a package, and in this package, we created a private business trust and then sent it out to all these people. But then that's all I did. There was nothing else to that. And surrendering the birth certificate.
It was in regards to the birth certificate?
Yes.
Okay. What's really curious is, or I should say, not curious, it's validating. In 2017, about, I want to say, after, was it after or before? I think it was after I returned from the Hawaiian Islands back to Switzerland. I had read this article about how in India, birth certificates are no longer required to obtain a passport. So
Mm.
there's this disassociation between the birth certificate and a passport. You can, I guess, part of the instructions that was in that article is that you can use other forms of ID. You don't have to let's see, a birth certificate is no longer required to obtain a passport.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, well, what happened in 2017 that changed this? Oh, House Resolution 193, American Sovereignty Restoration Act of 2017, because
Mm-hmm.
all birth certificates are registered in Washington, D.C.
Right.
And it was before the end of the fiscal year for 2016. So that's where it
Mm-hmm.
was like August, about August of 2017. And that was still, let's see, the fiscal year for 2016 would have ended September 30th. And that dates back to the Obama administration.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So you want to hang on to your birth certificate. Um, did you receive any response from these different?
No,
Okay.
I received one.
Oh,
And
okay.
from the lady at uh, the health department. I sent it to the health department, and her response was that this the Ferrera is not your trustee, but they're going to keep the paperwork and just keep it on file.
Okay. Well, you did get a response. When was that you received this reply?
A couple of months ago.
Okay.
And
A couple of months ago, like before elections?
December. No, it was this earlier, no, maybe late November, maybe.
Oh, okay. Okay. Let's see. Should Shauna do anything about the papers submitted? Shauna, let me first ask you.
Mm-hmm.
I shared this information connecting House Joint Resolution 192 to 190, House Resolution 193, and showed that the US had taken action to enable and fulfill this requirement for the American Sovereignty Restoration Act of 2017. When you think about the paperwork you submitted this year, does it seem like you have to do anything?
No. Do anything as far as what? What do you mean? Do anything regarding the one HR 193?
I want to
Or
say the paperwork that you've submitted,
Mhm.
do you feel like you have to do anything to readdress?
I don't, because to me, I think it was probably ignored or put in the trash. You
No,
know?
right. They don't put anything in the trash. This is a different set of people.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to say there are, um, that you got a response at all lets you know that there are some different people in play.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say a different, uh, is that true in California?
Well, okay, okay. So the this group that I was in, they had a seminar, and I wasn't able to make it to it. But I was able to see the video, and one of the guys that was there, he sent his paperwork off, and I think they said Secret Service or somebody showed up to his house just to ask him questions, just to see, you know, what his intent was. And that's all they did.
Yeah. How did that go? I mean, basically they just,
He said it was okay for him. It wasn't like he was in trouble or anything. They just wanted to know what his intent was. That's it.
wow, and they came in person.
Person. Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Actually, no, they actually called him. He said they called him on the phone, asked if they could meet up with him. He said yes. They met up at the police department.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do you know if the police department was a place, that neutral location that he suggested?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. But he got more feedback than anybody there that sent off their paperwork. So I don't know. I guess maybe it just depends on where you're located. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Where's he located, or is he in
I
California?
no, I think he's in Michigan. I think he's
Oh,
in
okay.
No, Michigan. I don't remember. I know it's cold there wherever he is, and it snows there. Um, yeah, I can't think of where he is.
Okay.
I think it's not far from Chicago. I don't remember.
Okay. Sort of there in the central, northern states. Okay. Um, One of my big problems that I never really recognized, is that everybody's on their own path, their own set of experiences. And so what I was reporting really only applied to me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I can give a perspective, from what I've been looking at, especially from Switzerland, my exchanges and interactions, when I was in the Midwest receiving phone calls
Mm-hmm.
from different, I want to say, state agencies, not realizing that, wow, we are actually already in this HR 193. And here I am still behaving like we're all slaves, you know?
Yeah.
And we're not. We're not only those here in North America, but this actually applies to everybody with a birth certificate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, let's see. What are oh, I do want to give an update. The update is that let's see. November 9th, or the 9th day of November 2020, that I could see online, um, with my UCC recordings, is that that was the last date that, let's see, Oklahoma stopped processing. That was like the last batch of documents. So
Mm-hmm.
anything that came after this 9th day of November
Mm-hmm.
to the end of the year, they're going to hold on to those paperworks and they'll process it in January.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
that's where, it has a lot to do with this disinformation we're all still sort of sifting through and trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Christmas is not really December 25th, is it?
No. No.
It's not.
No.
That's like Satan's day.
Yeah. I don't celebrate it. I do not celebrate it.
Okay. So, um, my best guess, it kind of aligns with when the three wise men came to visit Jesus, which is January 6th. The Orthodox churches celebrate this January 6th.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So how does that work with the paperwork, with your paperwork? I- if they processed it in November, it takes like what, 3-4 months for you to get anything, or
What I'm finding is they're only going to, it seems like they only process during when there are galactic activation days. Um, I think I sent you like a calendar of all these days.
yeah.
Yeah. And so when there's an underscore, um, kin, and then there's an underscore, and then there's a number, that is to let me see. That's to signify that there is a galactic activation portal day. Let me just type this up over here in the
Wow.
chat.
That's
So
that's
maybe
pretty
it's
deep.
like kin underscore. The underscore was just so that I would have um, be able to identify it. So here we're on next. Let's see. When is that one? Oh, kin 20. Wow. Quin. So when it looks like that on the printout,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to have the underscore, and that means that's a day where communications are going to go back and forth very easily. And let's see. Let me see about November 11th. August.
Pretty deep. Wow. Wow.
No, it wasn't. It was just Veterans Day that I can see. November 11th was kin 227. Okay. All right. I think it just has a lot to do with the number symbology, which is you put the day before the month and you've got 9/11. And in the book of Revelations, that's basically uh, that's a big one. I mean, 9/11 is basically when the Twin Towers came down. It's called, let's see, Revelations 9/11. And they had as king over them the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in Hebrew is Abaddon, but in Greek he has the name Apollyon. Okay,
Mm.
so there's a god of the bottomless pit, basically, and it's the lowercase g, not the big G.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at that calendar that you sent.
Yeah, I had the galactic signatures, and or you know what? Let me put here. It's called. It's a law of time decoder. Law of time decoder will pull up the decoder that will identify any day, any date at all regarding if it's a polar kin of the four different lineages, or if it's a galactic activation portal. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's where you're actually very special because you're born on a galactic activation portal day.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
So what do these portals look like? Do they look like anything, or they're just there in the ether?
right. It's like a portal being an opening. You
Mm.
have this signature about you, and it's where a lot of targeting can happen. But that's where you've got to keep your boundaries up, and you associate only with those who are in your inner circle,
Yeah, and
right?
that's getting pretty small. Getting
That's
pretty small.
okay. It becomes manageable when it's small.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was, yeah, I mean, I had at one point over 600 people as friends on Facebook, but I
Mm.
just deleted each.
Right, right, right.
I deleted all the posts. all the pictures, everything, unliked everything.
Yeah, I don't really, I only go on to look at certain things and I'm out, I'm not into social media like that.
Right. There are things in the contract. I want to say contract. To have an account is to be contracted with Facebook. But rest assured, Facebook is under new management, so it's okay.
Really?
Yeah, they don't know it. Do you, Mark Zuckerberg? You know it.
Didn't he just sell a lot of his shares recently? He sold a lot of shares.
I can imagine. Well, I don't keep track of the stock market because that's all illegal activity anyway. But it's I put a lien on Facebook.
Wow, you go, girl. Wow, very good.
Yeah, that's why he's been being called into I want to say the U.S. Congress for testimony.
Wow, very good. You know your stuff, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know how you were asking about how do you deal with these discharges and obligations? We only have until the 23rd to really have to keep this up, right? The bankruptcy practices.
Mm-hmm.
So receiving the abundance, and in your case, it will continue to come every 12 years, and your sons as well. You just use what funds are in there to pay. There's a lot of karma that's associated with accessing these limited funds. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, how do I put it? Karma as a credit or a debit. Okay.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean?
So that to say that credit, to say karma is good or bad is to speak about it subjectively. That's
Mm-hmm.
my own interpretation.
Mm-hmm.
But to speak about it in terms of how we actually operate in the fiction, it's either a credit or a debit.
Right.
And
Right.
the actions, intentions behind whatever we're putting money towards, putting our value
Right.
towards, is either a credit or a debit.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. So, what was I gonna say? In
Come back over here.
that, is this your first one? Your first disbursement?
It will be, yes. Yeah, I had gotten the information that winter solstice, December 21st was going to be the dispersal date, but Psychic Sounds by B had reported that it's actually, let me just pull up this, is actually, let's see, it's the delivery date for the beginning of this energy to deliver karmic justice or spiritual justice.
Wow.
And so that's where we just sit back and let those who need to do what they've got to do their thing. And then we come back in. I want to say things get to pick up, and for people like myself and yourself, they lift a bit in terms of movement. And I'm kind of getting that, well, it seems logical. They're basically telling me, shut up. So, so,
It's okay. Oh.
so, so first, the spiritual justice is delivered, and may universal will serve all concerned. And then okay, we take it from there.
So yours is on the way. You're on the way.
Um,
So you
let's.
will you be dealing with banks?
Oh, so thank you so much for mentioning that, because I was looking into banks, and let's see. Banks are going to continue. Let's see. Banks are going to continue doing what they're doing, right? They're going to continue to offer these accounts with interest, but the interest is basically the usury fees for accessing the fiat. So it would be ideal to open a new bank account and put, let me see, where did I put that? Let me stop share here and go back to chat. Here, I'm going to do under HR 193. Put that above the signature, and you do your signature in cursive writing. Okay. You know how I have under my videos, it says like accepting all liability under full immunity without recourse. I used to put all that. It would be like smoke. I gotta find something smaller, but I made it as tight as I could make it, you know, and then I would print the all cap name just how it is on the Social Security card.
Right.
Okay. Now, with under HR 193, that's all that's necessary.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
And would you suggest that it be a credit union or just any bank?
Oh yeah, credit union is private by nature, provided it is not federal. So you want to have a.
Okay, because right now I'm with Navy Federal, so yeah, okay.
No federal, right? Yeah. Federal is just Admiralty. It's the hijacked version of a credit union.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Let's see. I had, let's see. You know, the main thing is if you've got this under HR 193 over your, you know, even if you got to do that electronic signature, just make that for now on part of everything you sign. And that way, they shouldn't be messing with you, the woman, right?
Okay.
Yeah. The other thing is private banks, right? You can look into private banks, but from what I've gathered is that the difference between a credit bank, which is most banks, that might have clearinghouse services. The ideal bank would have, it would be a clearinghouse. And some banks would offer clearinghouse services, clearing services. Okay. But I'm still looking at the option of credit union, non-federal.
And so, do you have an ID?
My passport.
Oh, passport, yeah.
Oh yes, passport is also good for a driver's license because you're traveling. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We both have passports. We just have the regular passport, and that's the citizen passport, though.
It really depends on what you put on the application. So it's like, did you check U.S. citizen? Are your parents?
I did before. I got the passport before I knew any of this. So I guess I'll have to go back and redo it, huh?
There seems to be a delay with processing passports. So it's like, is it necessary? Does Shauna have to reapply for a new passport. US. You know what? Did you have to submit a birth certificate with that?
Yes.
You're good then. You don't have to apply for a new passport
Okay, good, good,
because
good.
the
That's good
birth
to know.
certificates. Yeah,
Very good to know because I've been contemplating that lately.
right. I mean, and this comes back to um, all birth certificates are registered in Washington, D.C., and the U.S. Congress has basically enabled the passage of this H.R. 193. So you're good.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Yeah.
good to know. Good to know. Wonderful. Okay. Um, so tell me why you said if I did have a trust, it would need to be dissolved because I just keep hearing lots of people saying that it's best to get trust, especially if you have children and you want to pass down anything to your children or your family, just to keep I guess wealth in your family or keep things
Right.
for your family.
Well, let's see. Having a trust is in the same vein as taking an oath. An
Okay.
oath it's about you're likely to lie. One is likely to lie, and that's why we have to pledge allegiance. And having a trust, whoa, hello. They
Right.
didn't like that.
Right. Right.
Um,
I got it now. Something just didn't sit right with me with the trust. And
yeah, wow, that's good confirmation. That's good confirmation. It's true. Yeah, the trust, and just that no trusts are permitted in Switzerland, and they follow according to what the Vatican has set out. So it's like, follow what they're doing in Switzerland and you won't be getting into any messes. It's like,
Mhm.
well, if we set up a trust, we've basically fictionalized all our assets and put it under the banking cartel.
Mhm.
They would
Mhm.
love that.
Mhm.
Um, there's room for discussion on that. But again, it comes back to this North America, Washington, D.C., being the location of where all the birth certificates are registered.
Mhm.
And we have passed this HR 193. We're all sovereign.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah. It's
Got
just
it.
to avoid contracts, right? And to
Avoid.
include under HR 193, and you've kind of taken care of that.
So, would you recommend? Okay, so because I have a driver's license and my car is registered and all that, do you think that I need to do anything to update them or let them know or just leave it as it is?
Okay. So,
I'm driving, by the way, I'm driving with expired tags.
oh, that's okay. I'm not going to
Okay.
pull you over.
Okay.
um, pull up a new UCC3, okay, and you're going to add collateral, okay? Get the description, the make, the model of of the vehicle, the VIN number, and you're going to add that collateral, in the section 8 of the UCC3. The initial instrument, I want to say the initial financing statement that you're going to put in there, you're going to take when your abundance is issued to you, and they're going to send it directly from Oklahoma County. There's a barcode. Let me just get a little sample here. So that's what the UCC looks like, right?
Yes.
And Up here is an attachment.
Mhm.
They put a sticker here. Okay, let me stop share and I'll do this here. Okay, so can you see that there? So that's the whole UCC 3. And basically it's that number up there. There's a barcode that's actually on the sticker. This is actually 2 stickers. Yeah, it's 2 stickers, and if it's only 1 page, they'll put the 2 stickers on there. Otherwise, if you've got additional sheets, they'll put the first one with the barcode, and then the second one with their little emblem will go at the bottom of your last sheet. Okay, so here in the collateral change number 8, this is where you will write. You'll type up all the description, the VIN number, the make and model, the color, how many doors there are, and you'll add that as collateral under your own, I want to say, financing statement. Okay, once this comes from Oklahoma, you will now have, you will then become a secured party. You don't have to do it on your birth certificate because you're already sovereign. And we already have this going since 2016. Okay, so when you get your own, you're going to take that number under the barcode, and it'll go in the number 1A, initial financing statement. It'll have the date and then a series of numbers on there. Okay, each number that has a barcode is unique. Okay, so you're going to want to protect that.
Okay, got it.
And yeah, let's see. So it'll be to add collateral. Add collateral. You have the option, if any entity interferes with your progress, a credit debtor, I want to say a credit collector, you can check off 5, party information change debtor, add name, and complete number 7. 7A, you'll add the organization name, basically the entity that's coming after you.
Okay.
And also there would be specific wording to just claim everything.
Okay.
Right? And when 2023 comes down, it's going to be like we're all part of the cleanup. We're just adding debtors, you know, add them and put them out of their misery. So,
Right. Wow, that really helps a lot.
yeah, it'll we've only got to 2023, you know.
Yeah.
And the more debtors, the more people who receive abundances and have their own UCC, then they can all become active and help collect debtors as well.
Right. Wow, that is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
So easy.
Yeah, because I'm not working anymore. Did I tell you that I quit my job like right when the pandemic hit? I quit my job.
Oh, good.
I was an embalmer for 15 years.
Wow. Where were you?
Embalmer, a mortician.
Oh, you're the embalmer. Oh my gosh. That is quite amazing.
Yeah. I just got tired of it,
Yeah. Well, it's
got tired of looking at dead people all day, every day.
Yeah, that must have also been a downer as well.
Yes. Absolutely. Drove me to drink quite a bit.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Things are going to change for you, Shauna.
I hope so.
They're going to change. It's just right now,
patient.
we're a few days away before New Year's Day, and that's the Book of Life days.
The Book of Life.
Right.
Yes, I love it. I love it. I can't wait.
I know.
Oh man. Yeah, so thank you. A lot of clarification there. Totally different from what you hear online. You know, seems like everybody's trying to make money and, you know,
Well,
your, your way seems so much clearer, you know?
right. And let's see. Everybody made choices about the direction they're going from last week, Monday. Right.
Mm.
The activities people happen to be participating in,
Mhm.
the individuals they happen to be interacting with, that's their next 26 years.
Wow.
Right. And so it's like, we're still, let's see, is that true? There was a portal. They say that winter solstice, the 21st, last week, Monday, there was a portal, an exchange of energy that actually enabled this delivery of spiritual justice to come through.
Mm.
And um, so that's where people like myself, yourself, we just have to sit back,
Mhm.
let everything transpire the way they are going to do, because um, it's not our responsibility to save everybody, but those who might listen, maybe they'll pick up a hint somehow.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping it's okay if I upload this video to my 17 subscribers.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, okay. That's why I try to try to make this the majority of this. So it'll be tiny little things in the corner.
Oh my goodness.
But it's like any questions you have, they're important because um, you're part of that lineage of those who will always be here, right?
That's right. That's right. That's it.
And I'm here for a very short time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then where do you go?
Back to my family.
Mm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it'll be from that other side that I'll be able to help a bit more than, all the interference we might be having here.
Wow. And so how long have you known that you're here for a short time?
For about 2 years,
Wow.
it just sort of came to me. Um,
Wow.
and let's see, when that kicked in 2018, it was like, oh, okay, all my life was not wasted. I really had a good time. I
Wow.
had a great time. I had an excellent motherhood, a beautiful son, pregnancy, motherhood. Got to re-experience childhood with my son,
Mhm.
and yeah, it's it can't
Yeah.
keep us down.
Right. 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 Wow. That's
Yeah,
good to know. It's better to know, right?
it is, and it put everything into perspective. It's like, okay, I
Yeah.
can work from night to day, no problem. No
Yeah.
problem.
Wow.
15-hour days, that's nothing. I'm just sitting
Wow.
at the computer, tapping away.
So you working or you just you stay home? Do you actually work?
I have not worked, like get dressed, go to work outside since, I think since I left San Francisco in 2010.
Good for you.
Yeah, mostly because when I decided to leave California in
Mhm,
2010 and I took care of my brother, he's disabled.
mhm,
So I was like working as a family in-home care, you
mhm,
know,
mhm,
and let's see. And then in 2012, that's when I met my Swiss uh, partner.
mhm.
And then I got to really experience what the high end is like.
Mm.
And that was a lot of fun, a lot of different experiences. But then I really saw probably about 2018, 2 years ago, I realized, wow, the level of control that the Swiss are under, it's
The
who
Swiss,
could possibly endure that?
the Swiss are under control.
They're the Swiss people, the Swiss are under control. Um,
Oh.
and everything is a frequency over there. And that's where I had to leave because it got to the point where my electromagnetic field sensitivity, hypersensitivity, um, it was becoming obvious that if I didn't leave, just the underweight, being under 100 pounds was not healthy,
Mm.
and I had to force myself to eat. And
Wow.
but it also explains why the Swiss are so thin. It's because they're all on a collective level being irradiated um,
Whoa.
on a daily basis. That's part of their life and living.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
it is. It is. And um, the banking cartel is just a small portion of Switzerland. It's a true democracy. There are people in place, they're getting into place to correct. They're going to be up and running, I'll say, when 2023 comes. Right now, they're in training.
Hmm. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And so you said there could it be any worse than here, California? The U.S.
Yeah. Let's see. They don't experience domestic violence like the urban environments, like Los Angeles, like San Francisco, the gang violence, like in Chicago. Um, they have let's see, the levels of control that are there. It's to, let's see, their pharmaceutical industry is 1,000 times smaller than nanoscale. It's they have ingredients that are at a picoscale, which is 1,000 times smaller than nano. Anything that is smaller than nanoscale passes through the blood-brain barrier, and the body can't work with it. So all the heavy metals in our foods get sent straight to our brain, and that's where we basically have this perpetual tinnitus. The perceived ringing is actually the frequencies shaking up that the heavy metals in our head. So
Oh man. Oh man. I better go detox.
yeah, do detox like every day.
I know. Um, I try to eat cilantro quite often. Cilantro
Okay.
and all that.
Yes, cilantro is
Um,
very good.
I was looking at one of your videos where you made stew and you put copper in the pot.
Yeah, I will send you a link, and it's actually a horse supplement, so you don't need as much, and it's like 1 kilo, and it'll probably last about 3 years. Um, but it's basically 3 parts zinc, 1 part copper in an enzyme, which is easily assimilated into our bloodstream.
Mm-hmm.
And with the copper intake, let's see, it basically fortifies our toroidal and our poloidal fields so that we're deflecting any radiation frequencies that are coming in, or they disperse the Wi-Fi signals.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh yes, please send that to me. Please, please, please.
I
Oh
will do that.
wow.
Yeah,
Wow. That's
yeah,
deep.
that's the only reason why I seem normal.
How'd you find out about that? Just researching or what?
Through Tony.
Oh.
Yeah, through Tony Pantelleresco. It was really, he made this copper colloidal, and then I started cooking in copper, because in Switzerland they've got copper pots that aren't tinned.
Mhm.
Um, but what it is then I was looking around for a supplement, and I found that supplement last summer, where I was looking at what are horses having. Horses have, they treat horses better
Right,
than man. It's like, oh my
right.
gosh,
Mm-hmm. Right.
that's like so wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, I'd rather be a horse than
Mm-hmm.
this, you know.
Right, right, right.
So yeah, it was and just kind of in the research, I had found that there's an appropriate amount that
Mhm.
one could take, and that's the high end is 750 milligrams per day for a body that weighs 150 pounds or
Mhm.
68, 69 kilos. So it's not to take that much uh, all in one shot, because when I was just taking, um, I want to say maybe 10 milligrams, my meridians were like, shoo. It was just like unblocking the meridians. And I was like, just like, I had diarrhea of the mouth. And my partner's like, I can't get a word in. Because the brain was like running.
Oh gosh. Oh man. Well, I wonder what I'm gonna be like then.
I
Wow.
know you're gonna be like happy. So, no more I could go back to embalming, yeah. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Let the dead take care of the dead.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of felt like that eventually that's what was gonna happen. I just kind of felt numb and just in autopilot mode.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
just it didn't feel right. So I just had to stop.
Good for you. I mean, I wish more people would do that. But it's like, well, what do you live on then?
That's the issue that I'm having. So it's like, yeah, now what do I do? You know?
Wait for the abundance and
Yeah.
everything will be set.
Cool, 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 cool.
Yeah.
Everything happens for a reason. I thank you. I appreciate you.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. It's things are going to continue to just sort of be they are, be how they are in a holding mode until January 1st, and then things will pick up energy wise, and you won't feel so depleted. Um,
Okay, good.
if
Good.
possible, try to get sleep.
Yeah. I've been sleeping okay lately. I have
Okay, good.
better than I have, you know. I just have to make the effort, push myself to sleep, you know.
Right. Well, what I have found to be very helpful is to do like an Epsom salt bath, a detox bath, and then it's like you've got no choice but to go to bed and recuperate.
Right, 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 right.
Good detox and then rest.
Yeah, I'd have to clean the bathroom really good. I have guests and a mirror, boys. So yeah. So
He's a good guy. He's a good guy.
yeah,
He's going to come along well.
yeah, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. But I don't know if you can hear the music playing, but he's in there with the music playing.
Oh, That's kind of like, in some ways, the days that I can remember when my son Alex lived with me before he decided to come back to California. And he wouldn't listen to music, or if he did, he had his headsets on.
Mhm.
But he was gaming and
Same
doing his
thing.
own thing. Yeah,
Same thing. Gaming.
it's
Yes.
okay. It's okay. This is kind of the time to recalibrate and give some thought. There's going to be a bit of tension that comes up midweek, about
Mhm.
Wednesday, because we have that. Is it the full moon that comes out? Right.
Oh, really? I thought was it full last night?
No, no, it's coming up.
Oh, okay.
Coming up.
I thought it was full.
And yeah, it's sort of moving bodies of water around. Is that
Mm.
true? Where am I?
So how long
December.
are you going to be in San Francisco?
I'm only here just until the end of the year. Yeah, and then I uh, travel around a bit.
That's nice. That's nice. Okay.
Yeah, I got to meet up with my hostess, and sort of wrap things up. I'm sort of here to support her through her court case,
Hmm.
and I look forward to that actually.
Wow, she must have really done some studying, huh?
It's yeah, a lot of the things that I had learned, it was really with through Winston Trout's material, and
Mm-hmm.
every single lecture that I could possibly find.
Hmm.
And what I've done is I've basically condensed it into the smallest form that I could possibly make it. And that's the website, basically. It's uh, tinyurl.com/one, four, the number four, two fours, under, UNDER. And it's kind of like, do people need to know that we were under bankruptcy in order to, I don't
Yeah.
know, do they need to know what happened? Are they even interested?
No, a lot of people are not interested. I can tell you that. They're just not interested at all. I've tried to tell my family, and nobody cares.
Okay. Well, after you receive your abundance, Shauna, it'll be like, what was that all about?
Right, you know?
Yeah, it'll be like, yeah,
Right.
you don't have to know, but just fill this form out, check the box.
Right. Oh my goodness.
That's what it's about.
Right. Right.
So it's like,
I'm telling you, I've rambled on and on and on to people, and they just, oh man, I feel so bad. I don't know. They,
no, no, that's where you did everything you could do. You're the one who was supposed to hang in there till this moment arrived where we could meet, and then you could get your abundance, and then get all the family members to do their own abundance, or even as a happy January, it could be like you just do all their documents. It's good to have their consent.
yeah,
Say,
yeah.
Amir and I, we got this, and you, here's a form, $10.
You're still able to put them in?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
really?
That's actually been one of the clarifying questions that came up. It's like they don't have to do their birth certificate. They
Yeah.
just come in and do one of these forms, the
Mm-hmm.
UCC3, which
Mm-hmm.
is under my
Yeah.
UCC1,
Yeah.
and they'll get their own abundance, right?
Wow. Would
And
that would that be it this year though? They would get the abundance this year?
well, nobody's getting it this year,
I mean,
right?
2023?
No, no, no.
I mean, not this year. Next year.
2021. Yeah. like
That's what.
next week, basically.
Yeah, next year. That's what I meant.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So it'll be as the applications come in, they get processed. It takes about 4 weeks, and then as soon as it's recorded, then there is a delivery that gets sent by the end of that 4 weeks to the applicant's address. They'll have to
Okay.
sign for it to receive it. Then they can do what they're going to do with it.
Wow.
And that's where, let's see, that's where this next 2.5 years comes in. It's about showing, it's about revealing our sense of development. How much have we, as are we ready to ascend out of the banking system? Do we need to
Mm-hmm.
stay in the banking system?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
they're going to, you know,
Yeah.
the bad people are going to keep doing bad things. The good
Yeah.
people, they're going to go out and help people,
Yeah.
right? Their family.
Right.
Um, and that's really the intent behind this. It's to enable everybody to do their own thing, whatever it might be,
Right.
to enable the universe to see what is their free will? What are they going to do? They're just looking down on us on a little petri dish.
Hey, have you heard about the? I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, no,
Have you heard about the med bed?
I have, and that is a different, I want to say a different lineage from my own, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I've done this before. It's there are these 5 lineages. Um, they say there are 5 planets that came in, and that makes sense. The dark side has direct contact to each of these lineages. There's the red, the white, the blue, and the yellow. And you see, that's where the yellow's really short, right?
Mm-hmm.
The blues are, they're the dragons, the
Mm-hmm.
true and noble dragons who have always been enslaved. And
Mm-hmm.
you've got the white lineage. The white lineage is the true uh, nobility, or I want to say the white wisdom lineage is John F. Kennedy, who tried to bring value back into, it's the noble patriarchy,
Mm-hmm.
bring value back into the monetary system. And the reds, haven't quite figured out the reds yet.
You'll get there. You'll get there. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
But when you look at them, it's basically, my best guess is you got the reds who are like the clerks. Like if you're thinking of military,
Okay.
the clerks, the officers,
Mm-hmm.
you got the soldiers,
Mm-hmm.
and then you've got the hired mercenaries.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why our lives are pretty short. We're just hired here for a short time, and then we go back.
Wow.
But whoever made a contract with the dark forces, they're going to go down with the dark side, whoever it is. It could be sexual immorality. It
Mm-hmm.
could even be holding other people to an obligation that happens to still be not releasing that other individual from an obligation, not recognizing we're in bankruptcy. I've done the best I could do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so here's a little story that kind of surprises, it surprises me
Mm-hmm.
when I was talking about it. But basically, this past May, I got divorced from my Swiss husband.
Mm-hmm.
And before we'd gotten married, he said, Shayna, I want you to sign this prenuptial agreement. And I said, no, because if I sign this, I'm going to write in, I'm going to get paid $250 every time we have sex. How do you feel about that? And it's true, isn't it? Am I wrong?
No.
So he would keep what is his, but I would at least get paid for the sex.
Right, 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 right.
I didn't sign that, and he didn't push the matter. When May came, he said, Shana, I'd like you to sign this form that you're not going to take my pension. And I said, okay, send it to me. And I signed it, and I mailed it back to him in Switzerland. And then we got online in court, on the phone call. And the Swiss courts called me in Iowa, and they said, okay, you're going to be divorcing. And they were going to divide the property, basically the Swiss pension that was under my ex-husband's. And they asked me, they said, okay, you can get off the phone now because we're just going to talk to the wife now. And they asked me three times, they said, you know, there's this much money. This is how much money there is. Are you sure you want to not take it? And I said, each and every time, I don't want the money.
Very good.
It's my express wish not to take the money.
Very good.
And so it was a sizable amount, you know, but
I would have done the same.
yeah, there are certain people who would do that. And that's what it's all about to this day. Anybody with a court case who's chasing other people for, I want to say, chasing folks for an obligation when the best they can do is just give a promissory note. You can take that promissory note. I mean, that'd be like a big business, right? Collect everybody's debts.
Can I send a promissory note to the utility companies?
Yeah. Oh, it's all debt.
Yeah.
All debt. What did I this is so ridiculous. One of the debtors that I had added on this UCC 3, it's one of the banker's bosses.
Whoa.
And I did the best I could do. Anyway, I guess they had like a 2017, 2018 sheet of how much obligations, liabilities, and I collected all the liabilities and all the assets. So you got these two numbers, liabilities and assets. It's like doubled. Wow, that's quite a bit. Let's just add that to the UCC. Go and search, hunt, find. We should make like a some kind of competition. Who can come up with the most? You know?
Right. Okay. So you said for me to put the car on there.
Yes, the make and model of the car. All the details you've got on the registration, put that on there as
so
the collateral.
I should send it to you?
Yeah.
The sooner the better, or what?
Sorry?
You said the sooner the better, or
right. I want to say,
or just wait.
No. You need to wait for that one document, the recording, to come to you, because it's going to have that barcode.
Okay, that's what you were saying. Okay.
Right. And so the barcode that's under the number under the barcode is going to go in the A1 form here, in that section there.
Got it now.
And so that you keep that number, and anything you want to add here in the collateral,
okay,
you just keep, piling it on, because the more paperwork you do, It's like the more collateral you end up after 2023.
Okay, sounds good.
I think,
So,
yeah.
so if I know of three people, um, should I have them watch your videos first, or should I send them that one page where it explains everything about the yin and the yang and all that?
Oh, right. That's the instructions. So it's like, let's see. I want to say, if they have an interest to learn what's behind this recording, what's it about,
Got it.
there's going to be two videos that I'm actually scheduled for January 2nd and January 3rd. It's really just the website and mentioning the HR 192 has been corrected by HR 193.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, excuse me, the other one is just that this is the website and these are the different languages. It's mostly, let's see, if they have an interest, they can look at this information from the first video that's going to come out on the 2nd. And they can start their own treasure hunt on that, right?
Nobody's gonna do it. So I don't even worry about it. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna go on, let it be.
My list of things to do.
Yeah, I'm not gonna ramble on to them anymore. I'm done. I'm just done.
Yeah. At this point, everybody's political status has been corrected effective January 3rd, 2017. Now it's just a matter of giving people more liability so they can clear their debts. I don't even want to say that. I want to say this limited funding is to enable self-preservation. Limited funding for self-preservation.
Nice.
That's what I'm going to label this video, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, keep life simple. There's no sense in, spinning your wheels if nobody wants to go anywhere with you.
Right. Just me and Amir. Amir will always go with me.
Oh, yeah. You guys have you guys have such a wonderful time ahead of you. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It is.
I can picture it. I can actually see it. Let me get
Yeah.
him real. Let me get him.
Okay. So one other
Oh, you're talking. Sorry.
oh, no. There.
Hello.
Hi, Amir. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to see you again.
Seeing you, I mean.
He's shy, just like his mama.
Oh, no, I wanted to thank both yourself and your mom for just having this short little discussion because I had it wrong that I thought December 31st would be when the abundance would come out. But I'll ask you this question. The abundance will actually come next month, before the end of the month. But last week, Monday, on winter solstice day, what were you doing?
We didn't do anything at all. Remember, we said we was gonna go we never ended up going.
Oh, we were supposed to go. Okay. So what were you doing? What did you do the rest of the day?
I stayed at home. And really, yeah.
We just stayed in. We were supposed to go to Joshua Tree,
Oh,
but I didn't feel like it.
right.
I kind of
Okay.
slept in.
You don't have to share your dreams, but I want you to think about when you slept in, what was that first thing that popped into your mind? And I want you to think about that because there's significance that happened on that day. Yeah.
For me or for him?
Either of you, if you want to share.
I kind of remember, and I meant to write it down, but I didn't. Oh gosh, I remember seeing a baby in my dream. Um, but it was like a golden. It was a gold baby. I don't know, gold
Wow.
coming down a pole. I don't know. It's very very weird. Very weird.
I don't even remember.
Oh my. Did you see a gold baby?
Gold baby. I think it was black and gold baby coming down a pole or something.
Coming down a pole. Wow, like a fireman's pole.
Yeah.
Just a baby? Was it like a toddler or an infant?
Maybe toddlerish. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Do you know what gender it was?
No.
Okay. That's amazing. Gold, like,
Black and gold, like jewelry gold, like, gold.
oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, I see it actually. Okay. Oh my goodness. That's
Yes.
something to hold on to. Wow.
Hmm.
That's amazing. How about you, Amir?
I don't even remember. I think um I think I was just here with me, my brother, and my friend. We wasn't really doing much.
No, on Monday,
Monday.
Monday?
you were here by yourself.
Did I say by myself on Monday? Oh, the
You went to go get
oh,
Ryan later on that day, right?
yeah.
Okay, but did you dream that night?
I think so.
He doesn't know. Say he doesn't think so. You gotta speak up, baby.
No, I don't think so. 'Cause I don't even think I went to sleep. Or I did. I did. I went to sleep early, but I don't remember anything.
That's
He doesn't remember.
it's okay. I want to say whatever happened on that particular day, last week Monday was very significant, and these people you interact with on that particular day happens to be keep them nearby. Yeah.
Keep them nearby.
Yes. How do you keep them nearby? Not physically nearby, but it's really more. Let's see. They're family.
Mm-hmm.
They're like star family.
Ryan?
Yeah.
Mine, his birthday.
Wow. Really?
His birthday is before yours.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Cancer? Mm. Wow.
Or could be that you're contracted with them to go further on this next 26 years on a journey.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Okay?
he's a good boy. Ryan's a good boy. I mean, a good young man. Yeah. So, wow. Nice. Good to know. Good people.
Yeah. Well, I hope you had a wonderful Satan's Day. Sorry. I mean, I hope that January. I'm just finding myself correcting myself on the commercial holidays.
Yeah,
Um,
because even his friend that was with him here, he stayed with him up until that day. He doesn't celebrate the holiday either. I think he's one of the is he one of your only friends that doesn't celebrate? Mm-hmm. Yep.
wow.
Yep.
Let's see. I want to say thank you so much, Shauna, for setting up the video. I wonder if you've heard of, let's see, what's his name? D-Calloway.
Yeah.
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 Does that ring true?
But what?
What D-Calloway reports on his channel?
That were the Indians, were the Native Americans?
The indigenous people of North
Yes.
America.
Yes. Yeah.
There's a lot of truth to D-Calloway's work. And just that I had sort of discovered that channel before I left Switzerland in 2018. It's pretty significant. And that's where, Shauna, where you saw that gold and black baby sliding down the pole on the 21st, that's winter solstice was very significant. Um, that's where just sort of being where you are and not going out, it's for your own protection. Okay.
Yeah.
It's really what.
That's kind of what I feel.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's good.
All right, so you can go say bye. Say bye.
Bye.
Okay. Thanks for talking with me, Amir. It was really good to see you.
You heard it?
I see you too.
Thank you. You take care.
Yeah, I was really surprised. You know, last time when he sat here with me and sat and listened the whole time.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, he was very attentive. He wasn't antsy, you know. But
yeah.
Today, I'd already told him ahead of time that, you know, this was planned and we have to sit and do this. So go ahead. Close the door, please, honey. Thank
you. Well, today is there's a bit of tension that people are going to experience. So
today?
Today. Throughout the day. Let's see. It's kind of like, how did you sleep last night?
Me? I slept good.
Okay. And
I slept through the night. I usually don't sleep throughout the whole night, but I slept throughout the night. I wake up really early. I woke up at 5.
Oh, okay.
So I've been up since 5. I usually go to bed pretty early, but I went to bed late last night for some odd reason. I don't know. But yeah. There is a little bit of tension in the house, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's some guests here and
well, that would be kind of expected. So kind of, you know, you're doing the right thing. Amir, he's calling the shots for what's best for him. And
I'm talking about, I have my own personal guest, not Amir, not Amir's guest. I have my brother and his girlfriend here. So
oh, okay.
Yeah. And that's all I have to say.
Yeah. I hear you. Before the end of the month, okay, Shauna, things are they're going to get there, and you're going to be, your family's going to be on you about what you did, okay? So I don't worry about you. You're going to be in a good way set.
Good. I can't wait. Just want to be all smiles and I don't know. Just want to be outside, actually, to tell you the truth. But I don't know. Have you been up to the high desert before?
No, I haven't.
Mm,
No.
not much out here.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to kind of drive away to go somewhere decent, you know. So,
Right.
have you been
It's
to Joshua Tree?
no, I haven't either. It's kind of one of those places that I'd like to visit, but I'm kind of at the whim of my hostess. So
Yeah.
I just do my thing in the computer, and then when I get called, I go.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah, it is.
One more question. Did you make that nano bucket?
I didn't. I don't have the like enough copper to do
Mhm.
that. But Mac is going to be working on something,
Okay.
and he's got to put together a business plan so that we can bring it to fruition.
Okay.
Um, Same for yourself and Amir.
Hmm.
Put together a business plan and just let me know
Okay.
how big the check needs to be,
Okay.
and I'll write you an additional abundance, okay?
Oh, okay. Great. Wonderful.
I want you to do your thing, that's why.
Yeah. I appreciate that. I have some ideas.
Good.
Yes. Yeah.
That sounds great. The best way to actually detox the heavy metals is with a far infrared sauna, if possible.
Hmm.
I have seen in San Diego, they have a manufacturer there. It's kind of, it's like different parts. So it's not really patented, but it uses a lot of technology to draw out. Um, you go at the surface and then you can go deep to pull out, I'm going to say penetrate the muscle tissue.
Yeah, I think they have some of those at some of the Planet Fitness.
Oh, do
They
they? Okay.
And then they also sell the mat. It's like a mat or something that you hang up on the wall. And you can plug it in and stand in front of it.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm looking into that.
Yeah, that would be the best way to pull out heavy metals. Heavy metals are typically in the body fat,
Mm-hmm.
primarily because the body fat is accumulating because of the heavy metal content. And so to pull the heavy metals away from the vital organs, that's where the body is expanding. I want to say the body mass. It's like
Mm-hmm.
the more body mass there is, that's
Mm-hmm.
where there's a lot of heavy metal accumulation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Maybe I
Yeah.
have to look into it again because what I did was when I was looking online about that, what someone did was they, the grow lights, they come in red and blue, right? It's like a
Yes.
square and it's red and blue lights. What a doctor did was she had someone just make it all red. I don't know how they did that, but
Right. It's a spectrum. So there's a frequency with the far infrared. So it's red as opposed to the ultraviolet, which is blue.
yeah. And so she would use that on her customers for her patients for some type of skincare.
Right. It's supposed to help accelerate the healing process.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe I'll look into that again. So the blue light is damaging, right?
Yes, it is. It basically burns the back of the retina, which causes blindness. And so that's why I always use my amber glasses. These are just like a $20 from Walgreens.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
That is light, but I
It's
try
okay.
times. But
No, I see they are amber. Are they polarized? Because they look like they're polarized.
no,
Okay.
are they? No,
Um, let's
maybe.
they
Oh.
Usually when you put them on, you can only see straight across. It kind of blocks because there is like this, it's the polarized effect. It prevents you from seeing through the side. So unless you turn your head, can you see? Because you've got this polarized effect.
Mm-hmm.
It really blocks light. That's why.
Is that not good? Is okay? Or
That's actually good for like when you're driving and you get to
okay.
these intersections and you've got these LED lights that are just coming at all directions.
Okay.
And then it prevents, hitting into the eyeball.
And
Yeah.
so what are those that you have on?
These are solar shields made in
Solar.
China. Yep.
Good.
Polycarbonate lens.
Mhm.
But I use these. Let's see, I got my glasses here.
Okay.
And then I put these on top.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
I look like a bug there.
Silly. I want to get some for Amir because of the gaming,
Oh, yes. He's very young and that would be ideal is to protect those eyes because you're going to need them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The remedy, if there is any damage, is life water eye washes.
Life water.
Yeah. Urine.
Oh, okay.
Firstborn. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And
Wow.
it has it's basically a customized vaccination that you can take every morning, even just a shot of that, and it'll fix anything that the body was experiencing the previous day.
Wow. Okay.
Including any eye issues.
That's good to know.
Yeah, it's really been supplemental for my dietary needs. TMI. Okay. Yeah, I know.
I follow this guy on what's it? Instagram. Yes.
I'm making a store. You want me to refill the water?
Yes, please. Can you?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. You need some? You need cash?
Yeah.
I don't have it. Hold on a second. I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's okay.
It's in the middle part of the
Car.
yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, it's in the middle part of the car. Thank you. He's going to refill the water. Oh, this guy does. He said you can heal your eyes by doing this eye exercise,
Okay, yeah.
and you can come out of glasses that way.
Yeah, that's true. I can see that. Or you get someone who has better vision than yourself and you do their life water.
Whoa, whoa, really? Shoot. Woo, that's different. Whoa.
That's advanced technology there.
Way advanced. Whoa. Yeah. Like a baby, like a toddler or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. You could. This is definitely TMI, but I give it quick. My Swiss partner, the Swiss basically have better than perfect vision. They look at things that are in 8-point font size, generally, or I want to say their general publications are at least in 10, at 10-point font size. So they are, because the banking cartels they're kept in the details, right? That's why they have to see really tiny stuff. And so I asked my partner, can you just save me? Can you save me some? I just want to save some of your urine, okay? And he saved it for me. And then I did my eye wash. And after that, I was taking a shower and I was looking at the shower curtain and I could see the fiber, the weave of the fiber on the shower curtain.
Wow.
Holy smoke. And he always made it seem like he's blind or something. It's like, no, you're not blind. I'm blind.
I'm gonna have to try that.
Yeah. Well, like,
But wow.
I want to say you mix a little bit with yours, maybe 1/3 yours, and then 2/3 this younger, better eye vision individual, and try that. It's very itchy because it's someone else's stem cells, but it's basically that itchiness is what's fixing what needs to be fixed. The cones and rods. Yeah.
And just straight, no water, huh? Just straight.
Straight.
Okay.
Yeah. You could do distilled water if it's too much,
Okay.
but it does help. I did that for like 2 days because it was so itchy, and my eyesight, I was so impressed at how much it improved. It was like, wow, we can do our own lab and fix people's eyeballs.
Advanced technology. Wow. I don't know, son. I guess I don't have any cash.
Oh,
Just take my card. Oh man. Wait, I put cash on your card. Sorry about that.
oh no, it's okay. I'm going to do an end record here. Let's see.
Okay.
You. Where's my? Oh, here we go.